this is the thing that's going to ultimately be my victory because, well, front page of the Lincoln's Country Shopper today, Tuesday, August the 15th, 2023. Guess you can't steal my husband's identity anymore, can you? Second husband that I'm still with, though not on paper, who swears he doesn't want to play music without me. This is why he was drinking again. This is why he's probably going to get in trouble again if you keep coming between us like this. There's absolutely no reason that he should not be including me in music, except that you are trying to isolate him, and you were trying to make it look so you could use one of the other Amy's and steal my identity, because you all weren't good enough to be in a band of your own, but you're just going to make a different person that you're not saying for sure it's me to the other people you're using through the grapevine just to mess with people's minds and make it look like I'm crazy. I ought to be a lot madder than this. I vented to my son about this, and that's probably about the worst I'll do. But then it hit me, and I thought, this is going to work in my favor, especially if the detective, Chris King, doesn't recognize him without his long hair as the guy that he gave a DUI in a lawn chair a long time ago, because he looks a lot different. But now I can say, as long as they don't give him a fake paper, that this is... How ironic, I was talking about 50 First Days. Anyway, for him to hurt me like that by hiding it, when I've told him, if you want to play music without me, make sure you tell me so I can do my own thing. He doesn't want to be with anybody else than me. He doesn't want to exclude me from this. He doesn't want to play with them and not include me. He'd rather be making music with me. What is going on so extreme that someone's trying to keep me out of it? Even if I have anxiety and even if the people around me are going to try to push buttons of anger management with the right people, feeling safe, I could go and participate for at least a short while. And I could probably be a lot better if whoever's doing the button pushing and doing stuff in my business actually is removed. And if somebody, I don't need that kind of presence just to make me stay in line. I mean, other than the most venting I've done, all I've done is vent, and it's because of the people directly letting me know they can control the people around me. And that's not right. People act like I was controlling. I've never made a decision for him. He took into consideration the things that bother me, and they couldn't take that because he treated them like $2 whores when he was with the people that he had sex with in the past. So I guess they wanted me to feel like them. Well, whatever, I still won't feel like them because I know you're the one doing it. This would not be his first choice, and that's wrong. You tore our family apart. You let my kids say and do sexual taunts. Not that they were touching me or doing something like that, but when they got physical with abuse, I should have spoken up then, but you implied they'd be taken away from me. And then guess what? They kind of were because I had to be supervised. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend Kim that has a sister with my maiden name, her son Kid BG was rapping about sex and drugs with our son Lyric up there, and they had access to all the stuff with our recorded music and different things. I'm not saying they did something with it. I'm saying the potential is there and someone else brought that to my attention for a reason. If it's not the people I've mentioned in my business, don't even say I'm doing anything wrong by asking if it is you, and to have them check it out behind the scenes without blaming my imagination. And the main thing I want to know is, why will no one tell me? Is there not a place I can go and check that you would have to file just to make sure no one did file some kind of guardianship and forge something without my knowledge? Or some other power of attorney. There's not been anything else other than after I was already being committed for a short time that Davey did do that. For paying my house payments and bills, and so he could talk to those kind of people. He would never do something like this, and this had been going on a long while. My first ex-husband has admitted that he lied about me a long time ago, but he goes to jail every time he tries to tell me a little bit. So what is so terrible that you are hiding? Because enough people know there's someone in my business. Who is it? Even if there's a level of something that you have to be quiet because you're checking out, okay, I'm trying to be patient with that. I shouldn't have anybody messing with my stuff in my business at all, but I try to take the blessings. Most of the time, people will only see probably just the parts of me venting and not see the whole thing. Watch the whole thing, you know, and then you might still think, well, she's really upset. You have no idea how far some of this technology goes, and to have it blamed on your imagination, I can't even tell people. It would cause panic to know what I do know, because it shouldn't be happening, and it should never fall into the hands of someone else to use it to further their own, you know, they're gaining something from it, and or taking care of their own jealousy, and or hiding a crime from the past 30 years ago, if I'm right about that. If that was my former neighbor that kissed me in my friend Gina's backseat over 30 years ago, and she says she don't remember, but she might have done something, I'm not the one saying that. She is. But no one ever even asked me, because I thought maybe that's when his little brother got hit on the bike. If that's when her baby daddy caught him, the group he was talking about catching her with, it makes sense. That's when everybody started calling me crazy and making it harder for me to even get one message out or get anybody to talk to me or understand my situation, which is impossible to understand if you haven't taken the time to listen to what I'm actually saying and why I'm saying the things I'm saying, why I'm painting dates and times on the wall because my paperwork is altered or disappeared. I have a very good reason that I normally wouldn't take it to even that extreme, but I'm still not doing anything wrong. I'm not threatening to go do something. I'm threatening legal. If you're in my business, you don't need to be there. If there's even a portion that could be told to me and you're faking it using someone else, and I've never been told, which could have alleviated a whole lot of my anxiety instead of intentionally exacerbating it, making me live like a refugee because I don't know who is doing it and what their intention is, what they want from me, what they expect me to do differently. Just guess why this is happening. Oh, are they trying to desensitize me? Why would they get away with that without actually having paperwork and something to do? You know, just whatever it is, I would never agree to this, first of all, and they know that. That's why they won't complain about it. So, yeah, this bothered me, and then I thought, really? I let myself feel the emotions of being upset, feeling left out. If they could influence him, I probably wouldn't have had a very good time even if he invited me. I mean, here's the thing. I could have got up and performed, several songs just off the top of my head and played drums too. They don't want anyone saying that I could do that. But the reason I'm on anxiety disability is because what they've done to me. This is Exhibit A. This just leads more and more anxiety. There's very few situations I would have to be with my entourage that I feel safe to do things. But I don't have to stay locked away from everybody because I'm the monster, because the people doing it are. Keeping me away from stuff like that. And I'm to the point now, I might, if I end up drinking a little bit, I won't overdo it because I got that. I quit again. It's been months and I don't know if I really want to go back down that road because I kind of just want to tune this out. But I might do a few other things. Jesse brought me that kitten today. Whenever, some of these things that coincide, not everybody that participates in it probably even knows what it means to me. And definitely, they are not the ones doing it or a source of negative interference themselves, but they are being used. And it's not even that bad right now. Like I said, today, and just the things he was saying, trying to balance it out, I wouldn't even recognize that influence except what I've already been through that I know is there. And that being said, my first instinct is, of course, to be mad at him. But I believe that he doesn't want to play music without me. He's not just saying that to not hurt my feelings. He knows. Do you think he would want to do this? This has somebody behind the scenes that's so jilted and so jealous and so about to get in trouble that they are willing to take my anxiety like this and let me find this out. At least my son was here. I wasn't by myself if I had, I guess, been too upset. But they're hoping I'll flip out and not be able to fight them and get my life back. That's not going to happen. You're going to see me run my mouth because this ain't right. I'm not saying it's not okay for him to play the band. If that was what he wanted and he told me, and he has said he doesn't want to do this without me, he gives me not very clear answers to where I know someone told him to say those things. That's why he doesn't live here. That's why we're not married on paper anymore. Since, actually, 1/18/2018. That'll make the people on that former magazine the Believer. Because Believer 1/18, where's my Mystic Wicks people? I'm sure that wasn't a coincidence. I try to turn that into positive stuff because January 18th is 1/18. That was some kind of person on there, and I said, then I saw her post, and now I'm a believer. Because I try to have fun with stuff, and this is probably what I'm going to say with that. I'll probably retake this, and make a little clip on that. Believer 1/18, you might think that you won. It's not even a matter of doing something right or wrong. It's the fact of excluding me intentionally and hurting me intentionally with it when that's not what he wants to be doing. Even if he's confused because of everything you put in his head about me. I did some things without him when this first started because I thought I was losing my mind and he was trying to do it. They made it look like he was trying to get rid of me. It breaks my heart later to think he really didn't want to go out and didn't want to do things like that because that wasn't the lifestyle he wanted. But by then it was too late. And then you guys had him by the balls whenever you saw we were going to reconcile everything and not even split up at all. You made sure that happened. Whoever came on board toward May 2014 and toward the end, and then got worse again increasingly in September 25th, 2015 after school, and the things that were said and done that there is absolutely no way were random. Those were quotes verbatim and things that were done and delivered by other people because you're a coward, whoever you are, through the grapevine to intentionally hurt me. Not to make me a better person or stronger. I would be doing that on my own as best I could. You're making me worse, whoever's been doing it for the majority of this time. Not the very recent months. It's been better. And I don't know if it's because there's new management in my business that isn't in my business that won't be acknowledged, or if it's because they know they're about to be caught. But anyway, so I'll try to make lemonade out of this lemon. And thank you for that, sweetheart. I don't have as much confidence and happiness as I am trying to act right now, but I'm not as upset as they want me to be, and that's got to piss them off. And I'm not saying that there's misunderstandings that partly weren't my fault. I mean, partly because I didn't know what to do, but if it's because there was something so wrong with me mentally, someone should have known I was right and redirected to have someone else, not right out the, well, then we're going to lock you up. We're going to say you're mentally ill. We're going to say you have a problem with drinking. The only reason I was ever drinking on a regular basis was because I was trying to numb myself to what I knew was happening. Some people acknowledge, no one would officially tell me what it was. That's why I was drinking back when I was drinking, and that's why. I've never been a heavy drinker like that until after 2012.